Now we're going to have a word or two from the assistant pastor of Majority Baptist Church, and then we'll get into our program. Reverend Darrell Frazier.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is on this occasion that we come to make awareness of our community and to our young people of what's going on in our community. Because of this tragic event where Sean Bell was executed, that we stand here today. But we want our young people to know that they don't have to turn to violence, turn to trouble, that we are here to help them, that there's other alternatives for them. We don't want them to believe that the church is only on the inside, but the church is also reaching on the outside. We want them to know that the church do care about them and that the church wants to help them. So it's a great event here today that majority of men have taken on, and Councilman Leroy Comrie, so that we can reach out into our community, that our young people will know that we're here. We want them to do their very best, and we want to help encourage them to do their very best. God bless each and every one of you.
About 2 weeks ago, I had the privilege to be to a youth summit, and I heard this gentleman speak briefly, and as soon as he opened his mouth, I knew that he was the one that we needed to have up here today. I'm glad that he decided it wasn't robbery to come out and spend some time with us. So without no further ado, let me introduce Mr. Charles Billups. He's the chairperson for the Grand Council of Guardians. Put your hands together, please.
Well, he already bigged me up. I was going to be very brief. What it is, the Grand Council of Guardians is a fraternal organization that represents different types of law enforcement throughout New York State. We represent somewhere close to 20,000 different types of law enforcement, from correction to police, to parole to probation, from Buffalo to the ends of Long Island, out in Suffolk County. We do workshops called What to Do when Stopped by the Police. We do the workshops. This is really not the type of setting to really do a real workshop, to really get into the details of it. But the workshops are available through our organizations, and they are free. It's just a matter of calling us up. We'll come out to the schools, to the community centers, to the churches. It doesn't matter where we're at. If it's a small room in the back somewhere, we'll come. What we really do is sit down with the kids, and also adults too, in trying to raise a consciousness and the idea of learning how to deal with the law. We've been doing this program since 1994, and we talk to maybe on the average anywhere from 10 to 20,000 kids a year. The story goes like this. A couple of weeks ago, I met with him when we was at the summit, and they showed a film called Urban. It was Urban Encounters with Law Enforcement. I was one of the advisors as part of the film to help put the film together. This was maybe several years ago when a bunch of us came out there and talked to the kids about how to interact with the police officers on the streets like this, and that's basically what it came down to. But what I would like to offer now is that we do have handouts in those pamphlets. We have representatives from the different agencies. We have Damon Harris, who's from Correction. We have Aaron Jackson, who's from Police. We have Shirley Phipps, who's from State Correction. And we have a few other individuals. And matter of fact, actually, one of our own members is actually the commanding officer for this precinct, who's Krista Johnson over here, who's actually part of our organization too also. That's why it's refreshing coming from people of law enforcement. I mean, particularly people of color, like us, that's telling our kids how to deal with the people in the streets, and particularly law enforcement, to make sure they come home safe, and when they walk the streets, they know what to say, what not to say, how to interact, how to keep their distance, and also to teach them about the law and when they are approached, and what things they need to say, and the questions they need to ask. Our office number and our information number is 718-638-8440. That's 718-638-8440. If you want to invite us to come out, we would love to come out to the churches or your center, or if you just have a group of kids. It doesn't matter how many, we'll still come. We'll talk to the kids about trying to be safe and hopefully make them productive people in this area.